This is Utah Tech Basketball and the John Judkins Coaches Show.
And good evening. Welcome, everybody, to the John Judkins Coaches Show. Utah Tech basketball coming off a Texas two-step last week in Abilene and Stephenville, Texas. This week, they return home for a couple of big rivalry games. I'm Rod Zundel. Glad to have you aboard tonight, everybody. Let's bring in the coach, head coach John Judkins of the Trailblazers, and also senior guard Cam Gooden. All right, guys, you went to Texas last week, and there's something about the final 3 or 4 minutes of these games lately where you guys turn it on, and you were down, and you fought back and had a chance to win it. Couldn't get over the hump.
Yeah, it must be something in the water, I guess. I don't know. No, these guys are fighting. I love how we're fighting until the end. It's just we have a couple stretches in those games that just we're just not playing very well. We have turnovers, and they get their leads, and then we come fighting back and sometimes just run out a little short of time. But love the effort. Love how hard we're playing. We just got to take care of the ball better, do some better things defensively.
Thursday in Stevensville, you lost to Tarleton by 2. Then you lost by 5 at Abilene Christian on Saturday. So let's talk about the good things that happened, first of all, with Tarleton.
Good things. Again, I thought we came out. We had a terrible first half, just too many turnovers and couldn't get any stops. And we were down like 20-22 at one point in the game. And then second half, it was like we had a whole different team. They just came out and were getting after it defensively. We kind of talked to them about play through the officials. Don't let them dictate the game. Let's go dictate the game ourselves. And we started to be a lot more aggressive, and they're letting us play. And we started doing the things they were doing to us in the first half, and it turned it around. And we had a chance. I mean, it was, I think, a 2-point, 1-point game with a couple of minutes to go. And then we got down. And then we fought back, and I saw it on ESPN. We had the what's it called, the bad beat or something, right?
Beat.
Yeah. So we got some good pub with for Utah Tech on that one with Pope. But again, the second half was the way we know how to play. But when you give a team a 20-point win lead at halftime on the road, it's pretty tough, and that's something that we have to do better with.
Yeah. Cam Gooden is the leading scorer for Utah Tech and the senior point guard. You missed 5 games because of an oblique strain, a groin strain, something like that. It was strained, right?
Yes, sir.
And you returned a couple of games ago. New Mexico State, and then you played 2 on the road in Texas. Double digits in those games, except for the Tarleton game. You fouled out with 9.5 minutes left in the game. That was the first time you ever fouled out in your Utah Tech career.
Yeah, that was.
What's up with that?
That was a tough game. But regardless of what was going on in the game, I could have been in better positioning. A lot of those fouls could have been avoided if I was in better position. So it's all good.
Well, talk about you missed 5 games. I mean, that's almost a month, Coach. And you got to get yourself back in playing shape, and you try to pace him along at a good pace. But when everybody is fouling out, you got to play him a lot, right? How are you feeling? How's it coming back? Are you 100% yet? I mean, do you have your complete win back with you?
I feel good enough. I'm feeling better as the days pass by. So I'm just glad I'm out there and able to contribute to the team.
Okay, in the game against Abilene Christian on Saturday. You kind of had a little, what do we want to say?
Pitch Perfect.
What?
Haven't you seen Pitch Perfect?
No.
Show? Oh, you better watch that.
No.
You got on Pope about watching Christmas Vacation. You better watch Pitch Perfect.
Okay, I will. All right. So let's say something regurgitated.
There you go.
Okay.
All the listeners knew what that was.
Upchuck.
There you go.
All right. You kind of lost your meal.
Yes, sir.
In the final minute of the game. What happened?
Man, I was definitely out of shape and just feeling a little stomach bug. I don't know what it was, but definitely was a moment. But I tried to just get that cleaned up fast as I can and try to get back in
You
there.
didn't clean it up.
It took about 5 minutes and then to
As
clean
far
it.
as
And
clean
then
it out
you
my system.
Then your teammates were saying, "Hey, you missed a spot over here." I mean, they weren't going anywhere near that.
They wiped it up with those little sweat mops. I mean, just squeezing it around. It wasn't very good. But it was, with Cam, again, his situation, we have a time limit on him, like you said, how many minutes to play. His first game back, we went a little long. We were hoping to get 16 minutes out of him. We got 20. And then the Friday or the Thursday games against Tarleton, he played about where his minutes were, but he fouled out.
Yeah.
But then Saturday he played way too. I mean, more minutes than I wanted to give
Yeah.
him. But then we had, Pope was in foul trouble and fouled out, and so we had to go with him. And I was proud of how hard he played and what he did. But when he was exhausted, and I was a little bit worried about that.
It was kind of comic relief there because in a minute, I think it was a 1-point game or maybe
It was 1 point with 1 minute to go.
All of a sudden, Cam did something uncharacteristic, and you kind of turned to him and started saying, "Cam, what's going on?" Then you realize, okay, something's going on here. So that's kind of. I mean, it's funny now, but it wasn't then.
No, I mean that play. They had the ball up 1, and I remember the ball was right by Cam. It was kind of loose, and he didn't go get it. And that's just not Cam.
Yeah.
Like what's going on? And so then they scored. Now we're down 3, and he comes down, and then there it goes. So it's like, okay, that makes a little bit more sense why you didn't do that. But Cam, he's not 100%, but he's getting there. But I'll tell you what, to have him on the floor, even at 50, 67, what percentage it is, it's just glad to have him back.
Well, yeah. Don't want to make light of it, but I couldn't figure it out. I thought you got hit. I couldn't see. Then you went back in the tunnel, and the trainer, Bruno, came over and put a garbage can in front of you. And I said, wow, he's really bleeding. Bleeding wasn't going on there. So, and then he had to play more because you had 4 guys foul out before 4 minutes left in the game. Have you ever had 4 guys foul out with 4 minutes left?
No.
Okay,
And again, they had 0. So
yeah, exactly. All
and
right. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, that's all you got to do.
All right, that was Abilene Christian on Saturday. Let's go back and show you the highlights of what happened on Thursday in Stephenville against Tarleton State. And, you guys got down early, but then you kind of made a good run at it and kind of took control. Cam, there you are, feeling it.
That was our probably second possession, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So they pressured us a little bit different, but Cam did a really good job getting to the basket. Again, his foul trouble is the only thing. He's talking about position. We do a good job. We rotate a lot. We rotate our stuff, and he was a little bit late on a couple rotations and got some fouls that he wish he could take back. But he was really getting to the hole right there. Isaiah played one of his best games. He really shot the ball. There's a shot. He just hit a wide open 3. And, I thought we talked about this last week with him. It's good to have Cam back. I think Noah sees that, but I think Isaiah sees that pressure off there. There's a good high-low for Tanner for a 2-hand dunk.
Yeah, but you guys only made 6 shots in the first half, down 22, but second half, completely different story.
But we were more aggressive. We were driving it hard. We weren't, hoping for fouls. We were saying, if you're not going to call them, we're just going to go through you. And then it opens things up. And there's one just running the floor, find a wide open guy in the corner and share the ball. So we're still down a lot right there, but we just talking about just chip away. And we changed a little bit at halftime, some adjustments. We had Tanner come out and set some real high ball screens to kind of get some spacing for us so we could get to the rim. And it changed a lot. It got a lot of guys open.
And then Frank,
there's aggressive
he was in trouble,
drive.
foul trouble too, but he came back in, and he was aggressive.
Yeah, there's aggressive drive right there, gets a 2-and-1, and then look at this one, just hustle play, stay with the rebounds. Trey keeps it alive, and Isaiah lands up with it and gets a bucket.
And now Cam has already fouled out at this point, but how about the defense ratcheting up a bunch of notches?
Yeah, again, defense to me will get you back in a game. I mean, and that's how you win games.
You were down 12 with 3 minutes left. Here you come again.
Yep. Again, good ball movement, good penetration, hard drive, a 2-and-1. 2-and-1.
That cut the lead down to 10, then a minute and a half left. Defense comes through again.
Yeah, we put on our little press, try to trap a little run and jump right there and get a wide open dunk from Noah. I think people didn't think he was going to dunk that, did they, Cam? But
that was nice.
He did a nice 2-hand dunk. And then we started attacking again right here and get a wide open 3 again. Good pin down on
6
Tanner.
now.
Now we're down 6. We started to press them and got 2 turnovers in a row. And then the last play right here, Pope hits a half-court shot that we work on that too, don't we, Cam?
Yeah,
we work on that shot. So
killed us.
Again, it to lose by 2, it's still bad. But if you look what we did in the second half. We're down 22. We cut it. We had chances to win, and that's all you can ask for. We just got to take those chances and turn it around for wins.
And you missed 5 free throws in the final 3 minutes.
Yeah,
there too.
And Jacob's our best foul shooter, and he got fouled twice with under 30 seconds. Made 1 out of 2 both times. Could have changed the game. But he's the guy we want up there. So he's got to knock those down. He's shooting our best percentage on our team, and just one of those nights just didn't go in.
When you look at the rebounds, you out-rebounded them by 8. You played the physical ball that you wanted. Turnovers, though, you had 21. That's a thing. And you've got to take care of. And then, of course, free throws, 22 of 31.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at all those things, and you should have won this game. I mean, it's
Yeah.
one of those things where you just kind of knock yourself in the head and said, dang it.
Yeah, we talk about turnovers. We always say 1 point for every turnover, and a lot of times it's even more than that. But if you really think, that's 21 points off turnovers.
Yeah.
And then the foul shots, we missed 9. We missed 9 or 10. We missed 9 foul shots,
Nine
so
foul shots,
there's 9 points. So again, it's an easy game if you just break it down that way. And we've been really working hard on our turnovers and taking care of the ball. And sometimes I think we push it up a little too fast and get in some trouble. I thought we did that a little bit on Saturday as well.
Yeah.
Just kind of try to force some things that weren't there. If you don't have numbers, if you don't have a 3-on-2 or 2-on-1 or whatever, we need to back it out and make them guard. And sometimes we were trying to make things happen when it was 3-on-3 or 4-on-4, and that's where you get in some trouble.
You were outscored by 22 in the first half, then you outscored them by 20 in the second half.
Yeah.
And Cam,
We held them to 24 points in the second half. That's pretty
and they
good.
had 50 in the first half. So you cut their point total in half. And Cam, you were a big part of that till you fouled out the comeback, because it started right after half with you being aggressive. So just talk about the mentality. I'm sure that Coach wasn't very pleasant at halftime talking to you guys, was he?
No, not at all. Just, trying to get our motor going, because it's unacceptable to be down that much at half. That's just effort. And we just got to stay together as a team. So he just really got on to us, and it really got through.
Okay, for those who haven't played at this level, getting chewed out at halftime, we all kind of, we can either take to it or resent it and fold up a little bit. So how is it, those of us that never played this level of basketball, that you're able to take what he said at halftime, or just, look at what has happened and turn it around that much in the second half? How does that happen as players?
You just got to take it all in, because we all want to win. They're not telling us wrong. So you just got to take it in, have some thick skin, good, bad, or ugly, because it's going to be a variety of levels. But you just got to take it in and just move on to the next play, next half.
Rod, we talk a lot about that early in the years, is everybody, coaches included, have to take criticism. You have to take it, you have to learn from it, and you have to get better at it. If not, then it's not we're yelling at them because we want to, and or they make mistakes because they want to. It's just, but you got to take criticism, and the reason why, and I tell them that from day one. If I'm on you and I say you're doing this or doing that, it's because I care, and I care about you, and I know you can do it. It's when I ignore you and I don't talk to you, that's when you know you're in trouble.
Yeah.
And these guys respond. And again, the hardest thing for coaches is just find those buttons to push to get, what button do I push to get Cam Gooden to play his best game? Some can handle the hey, come on, let's go, and some have to be patted on the back.
Yeah. The bus rides from that arena and also in Abilene, the quietest that I've been on this year. So were you guys a little ticked off? I mean, what was the mood? It was just different. Could you sense that, Coach? The mood was a little different. It was like not depression, but it wasn't anger, but it was, what was it, Cam?
I gotta say it was maybe a little bit of all of the above. Some guys were feeling different emotions from it. Everyone handles it a bit differently, but I think we were just really trying to focus and lock in and just self-reflect on what we did wrong. And we did some things right leading on to Saturday, but not the whole 40 minutes. And we just want to move on and learn from film and complete what we need to this week.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead, Coach.
Well, you're talking about a quiet bus. One thing that I try to teach these guys is I don't want them to lose a game and then they walk out of the locker room and they're all happy and goofing off and having fun. That's not what it's all about. They need to learn that you can get a habit of winning games and you can get a habit of losing games, and you don't want that. You don't want that habit of losing games or losing streaks or whatever. You got to do whatever you can. So I always tell them, hey, I want you to think about this for an hour, and I really want you to what could you have done better? Even if you played or didn't play, what could I have done better to help my team win? And then when that hour's up, we need to move on. You need to move on and get ready for the next game. And I see that with our guys, and like you said, it was more quiet than it normally been, but that's part of it. I don't want them to just move on too fast, but I don't want them to hold it too long either.
Right. So you were 2-6 after that game. You move, you had about an hour and a half bus ride from Stephenville to Abilene.
Were you on the same bus we were? Because that was a long ways.
It was about an hour and a half, but yeah. But it was beautiful, mountainous Oh, sorry, Texas doesn't have any mountains.
Oh.
There wasn't a lot to look at. Had good barbecue though on Friday.
Yeah, that's about the only
Yeah.
thing we had good there.
So you go to Abilene to play Abilene Christian, the Wildcats. They would have the same record as you, so you're tied in the standings. And you mentioned this is a big game for you because this is the team that you're fighting
To get
for
a
position
tournament.
and seeding. Yeah,
Well, we brought that up, didn't we, Cam? We kind of challenged that. Hey, say it's our first game in the tournament, first game in the WAC tournament. Let's get out there and play the way we know. And we at times we got that lead, and I thought, okay, here we go right before the half, and we were cruising along, and then all of a sudden we had that little break, that second half where we had some unforced turnovers. That I can handle turnovers, I just can't handle them. They go for layups.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if you travel or you get a charge or you get an offensive foul by going over to the back of a guy, I can handle that. But just when you throw it away and it leads to a fast break layup or point, that really hurts.
All right, let's go back to Saturday night in Abilene, Texas, Utah Tech and Abilene Christian. Coach, you wanted to go inside to Tanner, and you did early.
Yeah, I mean, again, we thought we had a size advantage. Their biggest guy was probably 6'6", and so we thought we could get him the ball a little bit more. But they did some front in the post and some backside help, a lot like we do.
Yeah.
And they do their rotations pretty good and get some active steals. But there's a good drive and a kick wide open because, again, they're covered down on Trey, so it opens up that wide open three. Cam did a great job seeing that and makes that pass.
This is part of a 12-4 run in the first half for you guys.
Yeah, we're hanging in there right there. There's one, just read the defense, take what the defense gives you. Two guys stay on Pope. He finds Jacob for a wide open three.
Shot clock winding down. Somebody's got to take a miraculous shot here. Who's it going to be, Coach? Dansell, maybe? There he is.
Look out. Yeah, does he bank this one in or just go in? Oh, it goes in.
They went
There
in
you go.
at the shot clock buzzer.
Yeah, I like to have Cam the ball there if we can. He gets fouled on that three, too, as well.
Yeah, 4-point play,
to
made the
hit
free
that.
throw.
Yeah, it was big, But I like how the ball was moving around, and we call it butter when it gets under 10 seconds. We gotta make something happen on a penetration or a ball screen or something. But
This is the beginning of a big night for Cam.
yeah, he had a great night. I mean, there he goes, pushing it up, get a nice easy layup. Noah was strong with the ball. Again, another good read by Cam right there. Has a double team, finds the open guy, and Jacob takes it to the hole and scores.
You led by 2 at the half, feeling pretty good about yourself. Second half, after they jumped out to a little bit of lead, you had to make a comeback again.
Yeah, and again, there's another penetration kick. We're up 5 right now. Things are going good. A good drive right here by Cam. Good, great hard finish off the glass. But I like how he's going downhill. That's one thing we missed when he was out. Getting somebody to go downhill, getting to the rim.
And then Noah, the corner three. This puts you up by 3, but then you went scoreless for 4 minutes after that. This is that moment that you talked about.
12-minute mark right there. We kind of we just had some turnovers and, didn't get some shots.
And then you were down 12 with 4 minutes left, and just like the game before, here you come again.
Yeah, we're down 10 right here, it looks like. When we're, again, great move. Take care of the ball, get a wide open layup, cut it to 8 with, under 3 minutes to go. We get a steal. A great drive right here by Jacob. Get a foul, 2-1. Again, being aggressive, Rod. Being aggressive and making the officials make some calls.
Now you're down 5. You got a chance to get after this thing.
Yeah. Again, another wide open pass. Snowdy makes the extra pass to Noah.
10-0 run.
Yeah.
You're
Now
down
we're
3. Now you're down 2. Now down 4. Gooden.
With
Here
a
you
minute. Yeah, look at this. What I liked about right there he did is he was patient. They switched. The 5 went on him. He was patient, waited his time, and then he exploded and got a 2-1.
You were down 1 at that point with 1:19 left, and then you just could not get over the hump, and you lose by 5. But, this is like 3 or 4 games that you've been down, and in the final 3 minutes, it's a completely different team. It's a championship quality defense the final 3 or 4 minutes of these games.
We just got to get stops at the right time. And even that, looking back that highlight too, is we watched film on it on Monday. We were up 1 with under a minute. So you're thinking your chance, hey, we're up 1, we're on defense, 1 minute to go. You're looking at maybe 2-3 possessions each way. We got to figure out ways to win those possessions. We call them kills. Got to get 3 kills or 3 stops in a row equals a kill. That's when our guys got to deep down and say, let's go, let's get a stop.
And Cam, you had 26 points, 2 rebounds, and a couple assists. And, you had to go out with a minute left because what we talked about, you weren't feeling so well. But,
Yep.
I mean, what is it with you in sick games? We talked about this earlier this afternoon. you've had two of your best games when you're under the weather.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Because Utah State, you had a career high 29.
Yeah, Utah State.
And you weren't feeling very well.
I don't know, but just trying to do what I can. I know some games is going to be big nights. Some games is single digits, 10 points. Like, I'm just good with winning, so I'm just happy with making plays whenever I can, keep us in the game. So
when he told me he was sick against Utah State, had 29 and 26 when he was sick,
Yeah.
you didn't, you wouldn't have known it unless if he didn't barf on the floor. He wouldn't have known it. But then I said, "Oh man, you in the sick game of Michael Jordan." Then I realized he was not born until 1998. He doesn't know what I'm talking about.
There you go. Yeah, again, sometimes when you're sick, or sometimes when you're out for a while,
Yeah.
and you come back, you're going to play really good or really bad, and
Yeah.
and he's been doing good. We just got to get him in that shape, like he's talking about. He's not in that 35 minute shape yet, but he's working hard. He's going to get there, and we need him.
You had 26 points. Noah Gonzalez, he got the touch back after not having a great night on Thursday. He had 16 points, 4 of 8 from three-point line. You had 11 of 23 three-pointers. And I don't think they hit a three-pointer, did they? No, they were 0 for 6 from three-point land.
Yeah, well, we knew that. We knew going into it that they're more. I mean, number 5 was a really good three-point shooter. Number 23 is another one. We got him in foul trouble early. Yeah. He's one of their best players. But no, 20 hurt us really bad, and he's a driver. Scouting report on him was driver, and he still killed us on that. And then number 3 has a career night on us. I mean, he's averaging 3, and he gets, 17 on us?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, again, somebody stepped up for them, and that's kind of what we need to get doing is when someone's not having a good game, or you said Noah didn't shoot it really great on Thursday, then that's when Pope picked up, and he shot the ball well.
Right.
You got to have those kind of things. I mean, he was shooting good shots. Noah's shooting good shots. They go in great, and they don't. That's okay too. We're getting good looks, and we expect our guys to shoot them when they're open.
Okay, so Cam, with being sick and scoring 29 against the Aggies in Logan, 26 Saturday night when you weren't feeling well.
He's sick again on Thursday.
How are we going to get you feeling kind of under the weather on Thursday against Utah Valley?
No, I don't know, but I'm feeling good, feeling better as the days goes on. So just ready to just have more days of preparation and just stay hydrated, stay in the training room, and I'll be good.
Okay, well, you got a big week coming up. It's probably the biggest home week that you're going to have all season. A couple of rivals coming into town, Utah Valley and Southern Utah. We will talk about the Wolverines and the T-Birds when the coach John Judkin's Coaches Show comes back. So you do too. And welcome back to the John Judkin's Coaches Show. Rod Zund along with the head coach of the Trailblazers, John Judkin, senior guard Cam Gooden. Before we move on to this week, you've got a big week. Utah Tech's women's basketball, they're 5-4 in WAC play after splitting a pair of home games last weekend in Burns Arena. They opened up with a rout of Tarleton State on Thursday, but then couldn't make it a sweep as they came up 4 points short against Seattle on Saturday. Trailblazers will head to Texas this week for a pair of games at UTRGV and at UT Arlington. Trailblazer women's swimming team combined to break 3 school records and won 6 events in their final home dual meet on Saturday against Northern Arizona. Utah Tech's women's tennis team returns to action this weekend with dual matches at Idaho State on Friday and Utah State on Saturday. Meanwhile, the Blazer women's track team will run at NAU this weekend at Flagstaff. So a lot going on all around campus for all of our teams. For the latest in Trailblazer athletics, visit UtahTechTrailblazers.com. All right. Well, the Hammer game, Thursday night, 7 o'clock, Burns Arena. Utah Valley comes in town. They sit atop the Western Athletic Conference. They're number 1 in rebounding. They're physical. They got a big 7-footer. They got Trey Woodbury. They got some good dudes. You went and played them on New Year's Eve, a matinee on New Year's Eve. You had it down to a 1-point game in the final couple of minutes, but then you had the ball turned over, and Cam, that was the first game that you were out, first of your 5 games, and you could tell that you really missed Cam down the stretch.
Yeah, we had, again, when you said that was a 1-point game, we came down, had 2 quick straight turnovers, and then they hit a big shot on us, and then we had to start fouling there at the end. Mm-hmm. So you're right, that was our first game without Cam, and but I thought our guys handled it. And played really well and have a chance. I thought we did some really good things. So we watched that film again today and yesterday a little bit to kind of see what we can do. But having Cam, it's going to be a night and day what we're doing.
Because you still got to, these guys, put up a great effort in Orem. That's a tough place to play. And they got down a little bit, but then they fought back again, had a chance to win it. and you did a lot of good things. And that was after your opening WAC win against UTRGV.
Yeah, we played at home on Thursday, then traveled up there on Friday to play an early game on Saturday, which is kind of hard to do. But these guys played hard, and we had chances. And at the time, they were playing really well. They just beat Oregon that week before at Oregon, and so they're on a high, pretty good. And we just came off a win, and it was a good, fun game. It's always good. I mean, it seems like our Utah Valley games are always. Yeah. No matter who's favored, who's what, it's always a fight, always to the end, and so we got to be ready for Thursday.
And Cam, that was your first game that you missed out of 5. What was it like sitting on the bench and watching that, and knowing that they had a chance, and that if you were there down 1, a couple of cracks to take the lead down the floor, and you're not able to help, that's just gotta hurt.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely some mixed emotions, but I'm there just supporting my team. Just trying to coach them up, do whatever I can on the sideline. And before the games, that I sit out, I just try to take it all in because I know that would be my last time playing there. But just to take it in and be there and still be a part of it, it's everything.
Yeah, you got one more crack at him if you don't get it at him at the WAC tournament. So talk about that, about getting back into it at home. It's going to be camo night. Hopefully the place is packed. Please, pack the burns. Burst the burns, everybody. We need you.
Well, Cam remembers this game from last year.
Yeah.
You weren't here, Rod.
No.
You better go watch that film.
Was that the overtime? Was that a dunk at the end there?
He had a dunk on their big guy. It was unbelievable. Then he hit that, like you said, that shot to get it to go to overtime. So they're going to be out to get Cam. We know that. But Cam, he plays as a team, and he wants to win so bad, he'll do whatever he needs to do.
They're the number 1 rebounding team in the WAC, but you out-rebounded them at home on their home floor. That says a lot about the guts that you guys have.
Yeah, we focus on that a lot. We talk about rebounding a ton. I'm a big believer in that if you can out-rebound a team, you got a chance to win the game.
Yeah.
So we focus on that. And the ones that we do, we're right there. We might have too many turnovers, but we're right there in the game because we out-rebound teams.
Cam, do you guys talk about in the locker room, or do you buy into it individually as a player? They got you on their home floor. There's no way they're going to get us on our home floor. That the revenge factor or anything like that?
Yeah, for sure. You definitely don't want to lose at home to begin with, and it's an extra little, just emphasis on this game because it's a rivalry game. So we want to come out, just have a strong start, and feed off the home crowd energy.
Yeah, and it's going to be fun, too. Yeah. It's going to be the best week of the year, and you got Southern Utah coming in on Saturday. No, we don't want to jump ahead a little bit, but that's a great week.
Oh, it is. We saw our schedule. We're like, oh, there we go. Because the last ones we've been playing one at home, and then we go on the road, on a Saturday. And last weekend going to Texas, we played both there. But that was our second game road trip that we played, on the road or at home or whatever. So this is going to be nice to have, 2 home games and get our fans there and get going. I was going to ask Cam, it's a rival for me and you, Rod, living in the state of Utah for these ones. But is it a rival for Cam being in from Texas, or is it more a rival for you playing those Texas schools?
It's a little bit of both, because it's definitely a rivalry just because I'm here in Southern Utah, but Texas schools as well, just because
all those guys.
I know all those guys, and
So, well, let's burst the burns on Thursday and Saturday. Both games at 7:00. Utah Valley and the Trailblazers, the Battle of the Hammer on Thursday night. Then you turn around and host the T-Birds. That team from Cedar City?
Something like that,
on Saturday. So, guys, good luck.
Yeah,
Chance to get really, really good, really in a hurry.
That's what we want to do.
This weekend. All right.
Yes, sir.
John Judkins, thanks. Cam Gooden, thanks.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
See ya.
This has been a production from a podcast studio.